Hey, thanks for jumping over and checking out this video. So in this video I want to talk a little bit more about this song. So I want to share with you where this song came from, what it's about, what it means, when I wrote it, and the relevance of it today. So today is Australia Day, and there's also been a very recent Trump presidency. And the reason I wanted to play this song is I wrote this song 16 years ago, and it's really a song about Australia's immigration policy being really strict. So the song's called Southern Wall Shadow, and it's about us living in the Southern Hemisphere, and there's kind of this huge wall that's been built now, just, metaphorically, that casts a shadow over Australia where it's very hard to get into this country. My parents are Croatian and they came here in the late 60s, and at that time it was much easier to immigrate to this country. And I feel extremely fortunate that my parents did that at that time, because now it's so hard. Even if you're from a country that Australia kind of likes, there's still a rigorous and expensive and time-consuming immigration policy. So this song is also relevant to the Trump presidency because he wants to basically build a southern wall shadow, a shadow that is cast over Mexico to keep peeps out. And it's very divisive and it's very unfortunate. And this song is really, the message of this song is that I wish Australia had a more open and compassionate immigration policy where people who really wanted to come here, they can come here and they can be a part of this multicultural society, which its huge richness comes from its diversity. And that's the message of this song, and that's what I would love to see happen more. Yeah. So I primarily wrote this song for my dad and for my parents, but primarily my dad was in my mind when I wrote this song. When I go into the second main verse of this, when I performed this live, when I performed this with my band Lamplight years ago, I would always visualize my dad working. And my dad has worked his ass off like crazy for the last 50 years that he's been here, more now, but as a bricklayer his entire life. He's built half of Geelong, the little town I grew up in, and he's carted hundreds of thousands of bricks around this planet, and the reason this song is really emotional for me is that I just think about this moment that my dad did come here in the late 60s, and he risked so much to come here and do it. He left communist Yugoslavia, where he could have been shot as he was, fleeing the border. He actually escaped and came here as a political refugee, and it was just so courageous of him to do that and risk all of that and leave his family behind, all his parents and his siblings. And he came here and he risked all of that, and then he's worked so hard. And to think that if he tried to do that, in the last 10 to 15 years, it would have been near on impossible for him to do that. And what that would have meant is I would have been born in a little village in Croatia, and I would be just like herding sheep and growing corn and eating paprikaš, which is an awesome Croatian soup. But it would have been a very different existence. And so I've been fortunate enough to live this life and learn to play guitar and have the freedom to express myself and express my opinions and live in alignment with who I feel I deeply am. And it's an enormous privilege. And I feel so grateful to my dad and my mum for coming here and working so hard to give me and my two brothers anything everything we needed to really feel free and happy, follow a life path where I can feel fulfilled and happy. So that's what this song is about. That's kind of what I'm thinking about when I'm singing this song, is just how grateful I am, how lucky I am, and how much I appreciate that enormous gift my parents have given me. So, and that Australia really needs to change its concepts about people coming to this country and what that means and how that's an enormous contribution. So, without going into too much more detail about my feelings on Australia Day, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in getting more videos, I do a newsletter where I release stuff to that newsletter that I don't share anywhere else. It's kind of my friends and family, people who want to join me on a journey of finding out more about my music and gigs and whatever. So all the cool stuff happens there. So if you want to do that, jump on my email list and we'll hang out soon. Hope you have an awesome day. See ya.